Hello, Libra. How are you? Welcome. I hope you're doing really, really well. Let's see how your energies are going to be at this moment. Remember that this reading is general. Take what resonates, and it applies to all those who have their sun rising, as well as their moon or Venus in the sign of Libra. Libra, I invite you to subscribe to the channel. Remember to activate all the notification bells. If you want, you can follow me on my other TikTok and Instagram accounts. And if you need a personal consultation with me, you can write to the email shown on the screen. I will be sending you all the information you need. Attention! 3 phone lines have been activated for Argentina, Spain, and the rest of the world. You will be able to contact a tarot hotline 24 hours a day. You will be able to communicate with my team of tarot readers who will be answering all your questions instantly. We are going to channel a message for the sign Libra. Libra, this begins with the Queen of Cups, with a lot of love. The Star, the Ten of Cups. I love these cards. The Four of Cups. Libra, you're in a moment, I feel, emotionally and sentimentally speaking, because this goes far beyond emotions. It's more about matters of the heart. I also feel that you've come out of a situation. It could also be that you're feeling a lot. At times, it might feel like I withdraw inside myself because what I'm feeling is a lot. So you're in a very intense healing process. When it comes to relationships, romantic relationships, or emotional connections, love, your emotions, your feelings. There's something that's being updated. It's like, what you're feeling is that it's like, for example, installing. We're going to install a new software update in your heart. So what's happening? Things are being renewed. There are things that surprise you. There are new things. Maybe you're just connecting with someone, a very spiritual person, that you have that spiritual connection. And you say, wow, with this person doing? Is there something they're doing inside you? Something here brings you light, like illumination for the heart. So you're at a moment where, even though you're somewhat withdrawn, we're talking about many Libras out there are taking some time for yourselves. Maybe you feel like you have to make a decision. Or maybe you're in a moment of emotional processing, right? Of introspection, of perspective, of seeing what's going on inside you, how you've been feeling, what you are starting to understand. Also, I see it more as a moment of withdrawal because inside you're feeling all this. Inside, I feel like you're becoming aware of a very big feeling, very strong. This is also like feeling what the other person feels, a deep empathy, tenderness, a great love for someone. And I see here like a love, an ideal love, like that love that has always been imagined, that has always been desired all your life, right? I feel that there's a lot of fulfillment here. And there can also be a lot of fulfillment in the future with someone. That's why I say that. What you're feeling right now with someone, it's someone who also encompasses that goal of ideal love, that goal of commitment. That is, with this person, I really feel that I can start a family. With this person, I feel comfortable. With this person, I feel naturally like as if we had known each other our whole lives. Or it feels like the relationship, like warm, like very familiar. That's why this is something you've always visualized. It's something you've always dreamed of. You've projected it, and it's manifesting right now. Maybe what the energy is asking of you is that beyond taking that time to think, to process everything that's happening inside you, allow yourself to heal emotions. letting go of emotions that maybe no longer belong to this vibration, to this situation. Let go of the past. Allow that heart to heal. Let those wounds heal too. Open your mind. Don't use your mind as control or for over-analyzing, but also open up. And maybe that's what the challenge is about. Not being in ambiguity, not being in indecision, but rather use that introspection to reach a truth and to reach a decision, genuineness. There's a lot like hope. There's a lot of faith and love in what's coming. Let's see what else we have. We have Dear Libra. Let's take 3 more arcana. You have the Lovers. 4 of Cups comes out again. It's giving us a clue about a situation, Temperance. King of Cups, wow. A totally emotional and sentimental reading. Is this coming up for you, Libra? Notice that your central energy is truth. Everything we've said about this situation, I'm feeling a super deep love, and I'm feeling something really big. And I know I have to make a decision here in my love life, not just be there doubting. But I feel that right now it's also time to look within, to see what's happening inside. How are your inner cups? And when I talk about how your inner cups are, I'm talking about how your emotions are, how your needs are. How are you feeling about yourself? So I feel that the energy is telling you, let's make peace with ourselves. Let's heal. Let's purify. You are in a great moment of emotional healing, of emotional detoxification. So when there is an emotional detoxification, many emotions, especially emotions from the unconscious, situations, wounds from the past, doubts, indecisions, uncertainty, fears, worries, all of this comes to light. Are you in that internal process of starting to do what? To cleanse, to purify. This is like having a glass of water with murky water, with stagnant water, opening the faucet, turning on a tap over that glass. And you have to wait for all that stagnant water to come out by chance, so it can be pure and crystal clear. That's what's happening right now with your emotions. You're in a super important moment of emotional maturity where I feel like the challenge here is I have to manage my emotions differently. I have to feel that here there is real support, that here there is real stability, there is security. Isn't there love here? Is it causing anxiety, or is it a person who is causing uncertainty? So you're going through an alchemical process of change, a process where you're giving birth to a new way of managing your emotions. That's why it's not about holding back, repressing yourself, or staying in eternal doubt or indecision. Because your internal doubt can also affect your connection with the other person as a projection. But I feel that the love between you two, that's why I say, is very deep. There's more to say, that there's a lot of desire, that there's a lot of attraction, of course, but there's also a desire to go much deeper into this. Sometimes, of course, it pulls back on itself because it says, wow, he starts thinking about the future. And sometimes anxiety comes, anxiety about how all this is going to continue, about how to deal with it, about how to handle it. That's what's coming. It's like thinking a lot about that future. It's about making a decision here, a commitment for a healthy relationship. That's what it's about. To create something new with someone, with your energy, with that person's energy, to form something completely new, a new product. Libra, let's see what else we have. You have the Emperor, the Chariot, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Eight of Cups. Well, this is very clear, Libra, because it's a decision after that withdrawal, those doubts, those thoughts. I feel like here I'm taking things very seriously. I see you there really grounded, really confident. That is to say, I made the decision. I want to move forward with this person in that future, with that goal. And I'm going to give it my all so that this can move forward and so that the relationship keeps evolving and keeps progressing. Because what you really see is that there is a relationship here. There's a solid relationship. I see a mature relationship. I see a relationship that has very important potential for the future. A relationship where there's trust, a relationship where there's structure, where there's emotional responsibility, where you feel safe. That's why a bond may be starting to take shape. Definition, a title, and when definitions appear, boundaries appear. Those are the boundaries that are also set in emotions. Boundaries aren't bad. Boundaries define something so that those emotions don't just stay there in nothingness, left unfinished. They don't remain as an almost relationship, but become something real and something concrete that truly has a lot of value. I believe that the beginning, something very beautiful for you, is the start of a great change. You will see how your reality, how your emotional reality starts to change, because here something begins that has a lot of value. The good thing is that you have been able to leave this behind. It could be leaving behind this withdrawal, right? Leaving behind doubt, sometimes fear, shame. It could also be about expressing what you feel. Like saying this is no longer working, it's not giving results. On the contrary, it's interfering with building the relationship. Therefore, what I feel here is that they've made the decision to move away from this attitude, right? Of closing myself off with my own emotions, with my own thoughts within myself. I withdraw, and I'm not seeing what's being offered to me. I don't see what the other person might be giving me, and I only focus on my own insecurities or my own fears. So, is that what's being left behind? Have you changed emotional direction? This can also shift the emotional direction of your bonds and relationships. As for environments, start aligning yourself with people who are also vibrating and on your same wavelength. Let's see, Libra, what do we have in the oracle? What will your advice be? Or your message? Libra. Let's take this one, Libra. The Puma has come out. Its keyword is assertive. It tells you that in silence you find power. Claim your leadership role and take action. You know where to go and what to do. You have the courage and confidence to succeed. Dear Libra, this is what we have seen. For all of you, have a beautiful day, and we'll see you here next time.